Well, no matter where you drive in the tri-state, you've probably seen that the Canada geese have returned from the south. It's only a matter of time before you see their babies. But as Local 12's Christian Hauser shows us, you need to watch out for them everywhere because they'll make some nests in some pretty unusual spots.
Even though they're called Canada geese, they're native to the tri-state. Ohio Department of Natural Resources wildlife specialist Brett Beatty says geese are very adaptable.
They can utilize the urban habitats that we created, whether they're golf courses, retention ponds, or what have you.
The birds start flying back to the tri-state around the middle of February.
That's when they start doing their pair bonding, so you'll hear geese on the pond making lots of noises, chasing each other around. Shortly after the pair bonding, usually mid-March or so, then that's when nest selection starts.
Then a female will lay several eggs in her nest. It takes about 4 weeks for them to hatch. That means we'll start seeing goslings in about a week or so.
The mother doesn't have to feed or otherwise care for them, but they do protect them and lead them to places to where they can feed and be safe. Basically teach them how to be a goose.
If you've gotten too close to a nest, you've probably seen how protective geese can be.
Geese sometimes make poor choices in places they nest, whether it's islands in a parking lot or landscaping around a business interest or something like that.
These geese were all in the Eastgate area. They're attracted to the grass and the wide open space, even puddles in the parking lot.
It's open so they can land and loaf and still have visually, they can see around to keep an eye out for predators and stuff like that, and still congregate when certain times of year. Their safety's in numbers, right? More eyes, if you will, so they can congregate in a relatively open spot and have lots of eyes looking around.
Geese are federally protected, like most wildlife, so there's nothing you can do if one shows up on your property and you're not legally allowed to move their nests. There are some things you can do to help keep them out, including planting dense vegetation like these bushes to keep them at bay. In Mount Auburn, Christian Hauser, Local 12 News.
Now, because they are protected, if you do have an unwanted nest, you need to call the Department of Natural Resources and have them figure out a way to safely get the geese out of your area.